Hi. Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. So we'll start our session about the national platforms on Open edX. My name is Anna. I'm the CTO of Campus IL, the Israeli National Digital Learning Platform. We'll introduce ourselves in a moment.
My name is Rui Ribeiro. I'm the project manager for Now project at the Portuguese national platform.
And my name is working. Yeah. Okay. My name is Juan Pablo. I'm from Colombia, from the national platform of Colombia.
Yeah, so we thought that we'll have like 10 minutes telling you about our platform, and then we'll have 15 minutes left for questions and answers if you have about the national platforms. Are we okay? Cool. Okay, thank you. So, Campus IL, I'll just start with a short video about Campus IL. Okay. So actually what you see here was the video that was presented on our launch event that took place a half a year ago. So we're the Israeli National Digital Learning Platform. We're a part of the Ministry of Social Equality because we believe that that learning and digital learning education needs to be used to lower the gaps between the citizens of Israel. That's part of our mission statement. So we have more than 166 courses on our platform, around almost 100,000 users from the launch event. And so I wanted to share with you the opportunities and the challenges that there are in running a national platform, digital learning platform. So the first opportunity would be scale and diversity. Within the government, the potential of scaling up is huge. And again, we have a very diverse audiences within our platform. So we have high school students learning on our platform for their matriculation exams. And we have senior citizens who take courses for enrichment, for example. All of these are coming to campus, and they are our audience. We have collaboration with leading academic establishments, and that's also an opportunity of being a part of a government. Another important cooperation is with the high-tech industry for social and educational goals. In Israel, as you know, we are known for being the startup nation. We have a lot of high-tech companies, and we want all of those to contribute to education, and that's a huge potential for us. I'll elaborate on it in a moment. Impact, social impact. We want to reduce digital literacy gaps between different populations in Israel. That's, we believe, what education is for. And long life learner data. So I hear here a lot about the importance of the educational data. We truly believe that a national platform has all the data about the learners from the day they start learning until their retirement. And there's a huge potential there. A huge potential that will come back to the learner itself. Okay, so now that we've discussed the opportunities, we'll discuss the challenges as well. So the first challenge would be promoting innovation within the government. And it is a challenge, and we need a lot of creativity and a lot of hard working and thinking creatively and out of the box to make it happen. But eventually we do make it happen, but that's still a challenge. One platform for all audiences. So on the one hand, we have diverse audiences, but on the other hand, when we have different audiences that come into the same platform, we need to create a different environment or a different experience for each one of them. And that's a challenge, and we tackle it in different ways. For example, on our new marketing site, we're having a lobby page for different audiences according to the learning targets. And another issue would be, I think it's not only for national platform, but it's in MOOCs, but because in national platforms, again, the audience is very diverse and scattered around Israel. The loneliness of a distant learner. People feel lonely when they learn, and we need to build a social ecosystem around that and to use social tools to enable people learners interact with each other. Okay, so these are the challenges. And I'll get back to the opportunities. We wanted to use and to make collaboration with the Israeli ecosystem. And so this year, the first time, we had a first Campus IL Datathon. It took place like 2 months ago. We called for all the AI startups and all the institutions that have knowledge in learning, and we had 15 teams, 70 participants, and just 12 hours to hack us with the data. We took all the data that we have about student progress, we anonymized it, and enabled those teams to provide us with solution. And the winning team was supposed to be here to present the solution, but they donated, they preferred to donate it, and again, we're about sharing. So these are the pictures. It was a very interesting event. Again, that data was in the center. And the winning team was from the Open University team. And what they created in 12 hours was just unbelievable. I can give you an example. Okay, so they've built a tool that actually visualizes the way that students interact with the course within the course. So you can see here the different components and how the students interact with each component. Okay, so this could be a great tool for the course team to see how linear or non-linear is the student progress within a course. And all of that was in 12 hours. They just got the data, and they've built this in 12 hours. Of course, they use some external tools like Disco, but I still think it's unbelievable. On top of that, they had some, they also had some discoveries. Wait a minute. Okay, So they also had a very interesting discovery. So they've mapped the students that succeeded in a certain unit and those who didn't. And what they found out, that there was a very critical component here, that those students who succeeded in that unit repeated it, made this component repeatedly. And I think that could be a very interesting thing for the course team. It means that this component was very crucial for understanding this course. And again, all of that in 12 hours. So we have other ways of engaging the Israeli startups ecosystem. Remember the loneliness of the learner. So we provided that as a challenge for the startup ecosystem, and there are several startups. One of them is Anoto. Anoto is also a winner in a BET conference a couple of months ago. So they provide a solution based on open edX, of course, that turns the video into active learning group, a social tool for interaction on top of video content. And then another tool called Tandu, which also enables social engagement within a course, but not only in video, in all kind of content. So these are just two examples of the Israeli ecosystem startups that are being engaged in building an ecosystem. And I truly believe that that's the power of national platform. So thank you very much. The last thing before I go, we're planning to have a national platform conference in September. So all of you that are interested are invited. Juan, you'll join. You'll also going to talk about it later. Okay, all right. Thank you.
10 minutes, that was perfect.
Just 10 minutes. Wow.
Yes. I was looking at your slide number 8, and you were already at 9 minutes. Let me see how this goes. Okay. Hello again. My name is Rui Ribeiro. I work at the Now project, and we are building and setting up the national platform for Portugal. Now, always learning. This is our motto, and comes from the Portuguese sempre aprender that you can see on top. And that's an expression that we use in Portugal that is, you know, when you find out a new thing, very informal now that you found something, you know, on our everyday life, you say, well, we are always learning. And we took this motto into the platform in the idea that it should be simple and ubiquitous and always available for you. And our objective is to be the national platform, you know, in parentheses, the MOOC platform, for delivering content in Portuguese, so the language. So where we are coming from. So I'm a network engineer. I work at FCCN. We are the National Research Education Network. And historically, since the 80s, we provide network to universities within Portugal. And you see on the left side our network that we provide to universities. And we also have a big data center with many services that provide to universities again. And we develop our own projects. And in 2009, we have created a studio that you can see here on the right, which is a full-size studio that we can even broadcast to TV channels. And, well, we had all this. So we had a studio to create content. We had projects that deliver service to universities. And we are working with them since 2002 on video conferencing, web streaming, video on demand. And we have the network. So based on this, we started the idea that MOOCs were something that was going on, and we were looking for a platform that could provide content in Portuguese. And in fact, there is none, or there was none. We had a few that were trying to reach for the Portuguese language. We had a Spanish platform. We have even open edX, edX.org that is trying to go into the Portuguese language, but in fact it's not native, okay? And of course, as a small country that has the fifth language of the world, it's really big. We have Brazil and many countries in Africa with a lot of population. We have this cultural heritage and language that we need to spread out to the world, and this makes sense. So we started the idea of going into a national platform, and it started in 2014, so this is not easy. When we talk about national platforms, this is really, really hard, because within the government, everything takes a long time, and we are not driven for money. We are driven for the mission, and sometimes this doesn't get through on the government level. So we started the first activities in 2014, just first talks, trying to meet up with the universities, try to understand what they are doing, what they are going for. And I remember clearly in September 2014 to think, we are not going to make it because we are going to get too late to the market, okay? But in fact, in 2015, we start looking into ways to fund this project. And instead of just going with universities, we brought in to the project public administration at large. So when you think about IRS, or fire departments, or police departments, or whatever within the government, and you think that there are thousands of people that work on those jobs, they need training. On the other side, you have the government that needs to give equality, like in Israel, to citizens, to increase the level of knowledge. And sometimes outside, so we actually can do courses that go abroad in other languages, but they are about Portugal or about the scientific research that is going on within the country. So boarding in public administration was really important in 2015, and finally we got a way to get funded from the EU, European Union, and local funding from the government. It took 1.5 years to get the response. So we started the project only in September 2017. We took this year of 2018 to set up everything. So we bought machines, we set up the project, everything from scratch. And actually next week, on the April 3rd, we are going to launch the platform officially. But between during these years, we did a lot of things. So our main goal of our project is to define, implement, and explore the infrastructure. So, machines, equipment, produce a few pilot courses. We don't pay entities to create courses. That's not our business model. We provide the infrastructure. That's it. We bring services with the platform. So it's not just the infrastructure, it's also the marketing around the platform. So when you put a course, you know that you have this backup of the platform to marketing it as a whole. Think of this as, when you go to McDonald's, every restaurant, it's a different restaurant, but they have this big brand that everyone uses. So the idea here is everyone uses the platform, they put their own course, but we have the big brand that bring the people into the platform and to the courses. So our other objective was to widen the entity base, so we are getting not only universities and public sector, but we are only going for private companies. And above all, and probably the discussion for today, is the sustainability of these platforms. How can we maintain these platforms working, knowing that we are not for profit, we are for mission, and sometimes it's really difficult to maintain something working when this is our goal. So from the beginning, we started with this idea of 3 pillars. One, infrastructure, the second, education, and third, marketing and communications. To keep this short, under the 10 minutes, I just say that on infrastructure, we went for local private infrastructure. So we As a government, we cannot go for Amazon Cloud, and then after 1 year, you need to tender, and now wins Microsoft. And then we move everything to Microsoft, and the other year wins now Google, and then we need to move everything to Google. And it doesn't have a flat rate, which means that you cannot really budget, and it's really a problem. And sometimes you have this Ministry of Finance that wants to keep the budget really tight and blocks any payments throughout 6 months, 8 months, and we got that. And sometimes you have a project that is 24 hours every day, right? We have tens of thousands of people inside this project, and then you have to ask Amazon or whatever, please give me a free month because I don't want to stop the service. Well, they really probably will not care about this, and they will shut down the service, and that will be a major damaging for the project. So our idea was, if we are for the long run, then services are not the good way to go. So we started with our own infrastructure and started with OpenEdX vanilla style, and then we are building from that. So this is the hardware, actually. We are using Shen hypervisor. The main thing that is different from what people are using right now is that we are not using S3, Amazon infrastructure. We are using Ceph. This is something that is open source. It works really well and has an interface that is similar to S3. So if you want more information about this, I can provide. And we have this equipment, and this should be enough for 10 years with 100,000 users. So we are okay. We have created the idea that we need to be always online. So we have 3 environments, one for development, another for quality, and another for production. And what we provide to users is a quality environment where they can put courses, how many they want. They can test it, validate, verify, and then when they say, this is done, we copy and go to production, do final testing, and they are online, okay? Within the platform, we also have other supporting services as video streaming, authentication, badging, and whatever, because it has lots of CPU power, and we can do whatever we want in, with it. We have also added what we call the dev stack, so we can create code over it. And we have also management services over the platform, so I can get graphs and all over those stuff. So on education, nothing really really important, but not maybe for today. So we have contracted Open University in Lisbon, in Portugal, to do what you call the pedagogical matrix. But the most important, I think, is training. So we have contracted one university to create courses to entities that have the ability to create courses but don't know how to do it. So it's inside the university they are creating courses. And another training that is, what if I want to outsource courses building to, let's say, a company? How do you contract that? How do you require things throughout the contract to validate the quality? This is really important, okay? Then we have, we are promoting this workflow of production, authoring, design, production, Q&A, and then we go online and do the support. This is us in blue. And then we do an evaluation of the course, and then it goes back to the beginning if we need another rerun. On the marketing side, we have defined a brand, as you can see on the top right, the Now Sempre Aprender. And it has a strategy, an image, and we are starting next week going big. Big because we need to create an ecosystem, okay? And the ecosystem divides our stakeholders in 3 groups. One are the promoters, okay? Entities that want to create courses and provide courses on our platform. Again, we don't pay them to create courses. They have to create the courses, and eventually they will pay us to be on the platform. The producers that may be within the university or not, they could be third parties. And finally, we need to have stakeholders that are financing all the ecosystem. So what is really important for us is to create the ecosystem to work in order for this to be sustainable. We started the platform in 2018. Everything was set up in September. We need to address some issues, but on the 1st of January, we had the first course online. You know, it was not a big event of launch. That will be next week, but we started, okay? And there is today already 12 additional entities, furthermore than the 5 founders. So now we are 17 entities within the platform, which is really interesting. We have already run 5 courses, and we had 11,000 enrollments. What is really interesting is that we already have 1,016 certificates, most of them about cybersecurity for teenagers. So for some reason, the cybersecurity is a theme that is really interested by the community, and that set of users, they are on a mouth-to-mouth basis saying, you know, you should try this course, and it's amazing the amount of people that are doing that course. So just to wrap up, I would say that the Now project, national MOOC platform that we are creating, is more than an IT project. It's infrastructure, but is also education and services around marketing and communications. And I would say that our biggest challenges for all of us, and probably something that you should discuss afterwards, are the challenges that are internal and external on human resources, because it's very small, the amount of resources that we can have. Actually, in Portugal, I don't know about the others, but in Portugal, it's me and a bunch of outsourcing people, which is fine, but you know, at the end of the day, the amount of knowledge that is within the organization is very small, and it's a danger for the future of the project. But it's also external, so human resources on universities and public administration that are creating courses, they don't know how to do it. So it's a problem. Sustainability of the platform and the courses, because the courses cost money, and we need to provide ways to make sustainability for the courses themselves. And finally, recognition, which is how can we make recognition of a platform that provides courses for free. And sometimes people don't give credit enough for free stuff. So we need to address this. So I think that this is fine. Thank you very much.
Well, hello everyone. How are you doing? I'm here to talk about the periodic table of elements. So I'm here from Colombia X. This is the national platform of education in Colombia. The slogan is Colombia X is like a club. It's like a club where the best universities, it's a club for the best universities that are committed to higher education for all Colombians, for high quality education for all Colombians. So how it works, it is for free for the universities, so all the universities can be part, not all the universities, the first 30 to 50, the best 30 to 50 universities in Colombia can be part of Colombia X for free, but they pay us for like $7 per active student. With that amount, we cost the maintenance, the branding, the digital marketing, actualization, customer service, and so on for the platform. So all the courses are not for free. The courses have a cost, and a part of that cost goes for the administration of the platform. We are not the government. We are an NGO, which is IPSER. And it is aligned with a private company, which is Global Education Services, that provides all the services to the universities. So Columbia X is not only as a platform. In fact, the platform, we have it with a great provider, which is EduNext. People from EduNext are sitting here. They are great. I hope they give me some lower cost in the next few months for saying that. And no, but they are really great. Like, it's not only the platform. Columbia X works as a catalyzer to raise funding, suggest regulatory changes in Colombia, and improve public and private policies regarding digital learning. So it's not only about the platform, it is about getting together in order to push forward digital education in terms of funding, regulations, and so on. Also, GSX, which is the company, serves as support to improve the digital education ecosystem in our country. So we provide the PAU program. What is the PAU program? It's a training program for universities when we train all the universities in the 5 levels that we think they need in order to push forward this model. What are these 5 levels? It is the pedagogical level, it is the infrastructure level, it is the administrative level, it is the marketing level, and it is, I am missing one. But there are 5 levels, and we support and push forward these 5 themes in each university. So our university that is in this program, we provide them with all the knowledge and with all the training so they can be like successful in this model. And also Columbia X serves as a knowledge transfer road, not only nationally, but internationally as well. That's why we are supporting very well the idea of the consortium of national platforms of digital education. We are going to go to Israel in September, of course, and we want that all the 20 other national platforms that exist in the world today like meet together in Israel as a first meeting in order to transfer knowledge, and also we can transfer knowledge between the universities that are part of Columbia X. So it is a road for transferring knowledge. What are the main features of Columbia X? First, it has the incentives aligned. Why? Because if they have a lot of courses, if the people demand those courses, they win and we win. So all the incentives are aligned. So we win if they are successful, and the government wins if the universities are successful and if we are successful. So in this model, all the incentives are aligned in order to be better, always better. There is also a clear financial sustainability path. For us, it is not only the $7 per student, but it is also if we create value for the universities, they are going to pay the program of training and the program for transferring knowledge and so on and so forth. So we have to create value for the universities in order to be sustainable ourselves, but also if the platform grows in terms of the students, if they have a price, we are talking about a price between $10 and $20 per course per student, so everyone can pay that, but it has a financial path, and it is like good for the universities in terms of so they can recover the investment, and not only that, but the professors that are successful in their courses are also winning. So the professors can be better, and being better, they can win more. So that's the other, not only for the universities, but for the professors and for us. We have constant and close relationships with our partners. We visit them, we talk to them because we are in the same country. This is a future that we can do as a national platform. And the other one is the strong opportunities for national collaboration. They create groups, they meet together. In each region, they are creating groups, the universities are creating groups to meet together and to say, okay, why don't we create just one course of algebra, for example? And why don't we collaborate in order to do this course with the best professor, and we all do this algebra course for everyone, right? So this creates a huge opportunities of collaboration that in another levels, international levels, are really difficult. So this is my last slide. And this slide is about that we need to rethink the relationship with edX. We really need to rethink this. Why? Because we don't compete, but we have great collaboration opportunities. Why we don't compete? Because we don't serve the same market for universities. The universities that are in Colombia X are universities that are looking for national students that in our case speaks Spanish, not English. That they want, the universities that are there are not like, so the students that are in this market are looking for certificates, not for the knowledge. Like edX is something that the people really don't care about the certificates because the certificates are not good enough, they are not valuable in their own countries. So they don't look for the certificates, they are looking for the knowledge. In our case, in the national platform, they are really looking for the certificates. So the students are different. And the universities are different. The universities that are in our platform, it's because they are focusing on the national market. The universities that goes to edX, they are looking for international students. That's why we have in Mexico the Tec de Monterrey. I don't know if you have heard about it. It is maybe the best university in terms of technological issues in Latin America, and they are in edX, and they are also in the National Platform of Education in Mexico, and they also have their own platform in the Tec de Monterrey. Why? Because the courses that they want to internationalize, they put it on edX. The courses that are for the national market, they put it on the national platform. So we don't serve the same market. And we don't have the same financial and administrative model. In the 20 national platforms, you can find public platforms as Israel and Portugal, but also you can find private platforms, but also you can find NGOs platforms as us, right? So, and all of them have different models of sustainability. So we are not the same, we are not competition, but we have great collaboration opportunities. As national platforms, we can reorient the students to edX courses and programs, and that's good for edX. That's good for edX. Sometimes I was talking with some people in edX, the representative of Colombia or Latin America, I don't remember, and he told me, okay, I give you the IPs of the courses if you promise me that you are not going to look for the universities to be part of your platform. And I was saying, wait a minute, it is good for you that I have your IPs in my platform, right? So we can, this is good for edX. We can help to do alliances for MicroMaster and MicroBachelors. Why? Because we have this strong relationship, a close relationship with universities. We are there, they know us. So it is if edX wants to do, if the universities in edX and edX want to do these partnerships in terms of MicroMaster and MicroBachelors, we can help that. And the universities, I'm sure, are willing to do that. We can help to do, we can be part of edX. Israel X is an example of that, and we want to be part of edX. We can serve as a national partner that connect with local universities. We can access national and local funding. We have this relationship with governments. We have this relationship with the private companies, and we can collaborate in terms of finding funding. We can help each other in shaping digital learning regulations. This is something that is really important, because globally we have to collaborate in order to push forward good regulations for a good future of education. And we can co-found and do scales economies in research, innovation, methods, and so on. So what I'm saying here is that the worst news for us as national platforms are for our open edX platforms, I think, is that edX is not successful financially and otherwise. So we really want edX to be successful. Let's put together a plan to collaborate between these 20 platforms that are going to be in this consortium of national platforms and edX, because we can do it, because it's something that is good for both of us, and we are not doing this. So this is the invitation that I wanted to put on the table today. Thank you very much. This is my email. We also have the colombiax.org.co, but my personal email is this one. So yeah, thank you very much. And now if you have any questions.
Is this on? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm Rui from Pearson, and I have a question. How do you measure your success, or if this platform create an impact in the country? And the second question, like following it, is how the community here can help to achieve it. So,
For me, it's really easy.
yes.
Because for my funding, I have to put some KPIs, and I'm looking for those KPIs. And the KPIs are number of institutions, and I have things like 20, and I have 12, and I was not, I didn't start yet officially. And then it's really low numbers, like 5,000 users enrolled. I have 10. So for now, it's a success, but the way that we are going to do this is we are going always, anytime that a new institution starts a new course, we will ask them exactly that. To be successful, how many students do you think that you should? And I of course said that the objective is only 10 users, but at the end of the day, we just look at the analytics, and it seems to be good enough for us right now.
Thank you. Sure. Okay. So for us, it's we have a couple of KPIs, of course, number of enrolled users. For instance, the big launch that we had with the course for the SAT preparation exam that was totally free, and we had a KPI of I think 2,000 users, something like that. We got more than 20, but I believe that the number of enrolled users is not the only parameter for success. In our case, we also take care of the partnerships, and we continue to build the partnerships. And so each year we have a strategy where we decide which new partnership we want to build, and we're constantly looking for new partnerships within the government, within the academic institutions, and that's part of it. For example, We want to have a full degree in computer science. That's one of the partnerships that we built in Israel. So I think strong partnerships are also one of our KPIs. And if we're talking about partnerships, so there we have strong partnerships with our technology partners. So one of them is OpenCraft, who's sitting here, and Pearson, who are here. So we're always looking to build a larger community and partnerships.
So the first question is, the answer is 1 million of users that use 2 or more courses, and we have a survey of satisfaction. We have four in that survey of satisfaction, both indicators for 2021. That is the measure of success. The second question is
how the community can help to achieve this success.
Well, when you talk about the community, you think about this community. Oh, this community. Well, I think that what I said about edX, it's a very important issue. So we need to work together towards a plan of how we are going to collaborate in the future. The other thing is with the other national platforms, it is really important to share and to have these platforms of discussion, collaboration between the national platforms and all the tech people that is here. I don't know, why don't you give me some free time in my... It would be great, like, it would be great.
Yes. Hi. Do your platforms offer some sort of blended learning experience? Do you have centers where students can go and learn a specific skill or trade and do the other part online or virtual?
You know, at the moment we don't have that, but we are a platform that is only online, and it's up to the universities or entities to create the courses as they see fit. What we are doing is we have other services that provide video conferencing, streaming, and so on. So they can actually use those services integrated with this platform. That's one thing. And for the future, we are starting to work on e-assessment, which is not what we're saying, but it's also localization. So we go to a place and you get a test. And we are going to work on that on the next 2 years.
Okay, that is an excellent question because we're doing a lot of blended learning. First of all, we have a program with the Ministry of Education where we have students that learn in like a flipped classroom model where they learn at home and then, they learn on our platform during 2 hours, and then 1 hour the teacher aligns everything. So this is one of the projects. We're also working on another project which is called We Learn, which are community centers where people can learn the MOOC and then meet together or communicate. Again, we believe that communication and collaboration, both digital and person-in-person, is a key success factor in a successful learning experience.
Well, we are very new. We have 3 universities that are in the lawyers level right now to sign the contracts. But for the universities that are interested, it depends on the university. There are universities that have a lot of blended learning, and they have this relationship with the professor directly. But we have a medium-term plan to have an app that the strategy is called the City Campus strategy. City Campus is like this. The campus is not a place. The university campus is the city. So they can, with that app, they can be together, work together into projects, and we have these active learning methodologies for them to apply what they are learning into their territories with NGOs and with the government. But it is a plan with an app that we are trying to put that forward next year, maybe 2021.
Okay, thanks. That's all the time we have. Thanks for coming. Thank you for the wonderful presentation.